Welcome to the Write Your Dream Vision workshop. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being present and sharing this time and space with me. So this workshop is about putting our dream vision onto paper, writing it out, whether that be paper or a computer, whatever type of device works for you. For me, paper is what works best. So what we're going to do tonight is going to be very simple. It's just exactly what it sounds like, a writing workshop. So we're going to begin with a meditation, and then we will go from there into a writing prompt. There will be 2 writing prompts, and you'll have time to write and put that down onto paper. Afterwards, there will be a process to look over what you wrote, to funnel it down, to attempt to try to bring it into maybe action steps, reverse engineer it, look at the language to see if there's words that need to be shifted or adjusted. So let's go ahead and dive in. There's no sense in prolonging the process. The point is to get into activating our dreams. The best way to manifest our dreams, to create and build our vision, is to put it out there and then to let go, just to let it go. In my life, at one point when I had big dreams and visions to make happen, there was this period of time of gripping on those dreams, of feeling like I needed to keep them in the forefront of my mind and my intention for a long period of time. I kept writing and writing and writing those dreams out, and eventually my life got busy and I kind of forgot about all the goals, but I had funneled them down into a series of whatever number of goals, and some of them were pretty big goals. And I don't even know if I believed at the time that I could manifest them and make them happen, but I know that it was what I was feeling at the time. It was what I really wanted to create. Was so far away from the vision that I was having, and I saw absolutely no pathway there. But nevertheless, I went ahead and wrote them down. I wrote them over and over for a period of time. And then, like I said, my life got busy. I tucked them away in my journal, and they disappeared into many journals, many moons, many years later. So then fast forward maybe about probably 15, maybe 16 years later, I happened to be directed or guided to go back to a particular period of time in a journal from an astrologer that suggested, go back to this period of time and look and see what was going on for you. And I thought, oh, cool, I actually have my journals. I could go back and look it up. So I went back to my journals. I got into the journal that it was directed to. I opened it up, and sure enough, there was a piece of paper stuck in there that had a series of dream goals and visions that I had written out. And I had completely forgotten that I had ever written those goals, those dreams. I had just went forward in my path and had come pretty far in what I had done. And when I sat down and saw that piece of paper, I was utterly blown away and amazed at the reality that I had accomplished almost every single dream, goal, vision on there. In fact, not only did I accomplish them, but I had overshot them so far. I came to the realization that I had been living my life beyond my wildest dreams. I took the goals at the time that seemed so big, so expanded, and so far, and went past them and had accomplished them. So what I learned from that is the simple reality. I had the intention, I had the feeling to write the goals, the dream, the vision out. They were not even well written out goals. They were somewhat decent goals. And then it was to put them away and forget about them and to go into life. And I followed the path of my life at that point. And then everything that I had dreamed of had found its way to me, through me, and manifested in my life and became my life. And so that is what this practice is about. So today's workshop, we're going to put onto paper what your dreams are, your dream vision, your goals, what it is you want to accomplish in your life, and to write them out, to clarify them, to work them, to structure them into a series of simple goals that you can put forward. Then for the next 10 days, the challenge is to write out the goals as intentions, affirmations in the present as though they've already happened every day for the next 10 days. Then it is to fold them up, put them into an envelope, and tuck them away. At that point, it's up to you when you choose to look at them again. However, the point would be to just attempt to go forward in your life, but to stick them somewhere where at some point in the future, you'll be guided toward or will find or come across them, to where you can see how you have done in coming on, along on those intentions and goals. So let's go ahead and begin. For the first part, we're going to do a short meditation. And I'm going to keep it very simple. So get comfortable, whether that be seated upright, if you want to lay down. However, remain present. Attempt to stay awake without falling asleep. So if your tendency in meditation is to fall asleep when you're watching this, then stay upright so that you can close your eyes and focus on your breath and actually get into a meditative state. If you're more comfortable laying down and you're not going to go to sleep, then that is totally okay. So let's go ahead and begin by finding the position to place our body in. And as you do this, first begin by grounding into the space that you're in. Simply keep the eyes opened and look around and notice what you notice about the environment and the space that you're in. Notice what you see in your vicinity and just take in the external, what is around you, without judgment, without putting anything onto anything that needs to be done. Let go if you see something that needs to be cleaned or adjusted or fixed or reminds you of a chore. Let that go and just simply observe what is around you. And start to place your breath onto that observation. So as you look around the space, begin to focus on the breath as the breath moves in through the nose and out through the nose. And here you're still keeping the eyes open unless you're ready to let the eyes close, then allow the eyes to close. Tune in to your experience, to where you're at, and make this meditation be your own. If you're a regular meditator, then you can follow your own internal guidance. If you appreciate my guidance, then you can follow that as well. The point is to get into a meditative state and to begin to slow the breath, to slow the nervous system, giving permission to the nervous system to relax and let go. If you happen to be watching this at the end of a busy day, you're giving your mind permission to detach from the activity of the day. If you're watching this early in the day, you're giving your mind permission to detach from all that is before you to do. And by focusing on the breath, feeling the breath rise and fall as it moves in and out through the nose, your mind is calming, your nervous system is relaxing, and you're arriving ever more present here in this moment, in this space and time. And if the eyes are open, go ahead and allow them to close, allowing the eyelids to be heavy as you soften the face, the cheeks, the jaw, letting all of the senses, inner ears, eyes, gaze inward and down toward the center of the heart, letting your breath, your awareness all flow into the center of the heart. And here in this moment, take both hands to the heart and allow yourself to receive the connection of your own touch as you feel the breath flow in through the nose, into the heart, inhaling. Feel your chest expand into the palms and exhaling, allowing the breath to flow out and allowing yourself to melt just a little deeper here into relaxation. With each exhalation, allowing yourself to let go and release. Scanning the body for any areas of tension. And with each inhalation, breathe into that area of tension. And with each exhalation, allow it to melt away, releasing, softening, relaxing, deeper and deeper into a state of meditation, of deep peace, knowing that it's safe to let go. It's okay to let whatever arises melt away, whatever is tense, ease up. It's safe to melt deeper and deeper into relaxation, allowing the breath, all the senses, the awareness in the heart to draw you deeper and deeper into a sense of coherence, entrainment, tuned into the heartbeat, your own rhythm, your own vibration. And continually letting go of any areas in the body where you feel tense or any thoughts that surface. Simply let them melt on by trusting that whatever is important will come back at a time when it's useful. And if the mind is active, try inhaling, I am breathing in. Exhaling, I am breathing out. Now letting yourself drift deep into your own internal world. And imagine that you're given a gift here in this moment. And this gift is a box. And this is your box of creative freedom. There are no limitations. There are no obstacles. There are no boundaries. You're completely free to create, build your dream. It doesn't matter how big or small the dream is. It doesn't matter how important or unimportant you think it may be. Your dream is your dream. And each and every one of us might have a different dream, a different goal, a different vision for our life. One person's dream or goal in life may be simply finding inner peace and finding happiness, regardless of what that looks like in their life, is just to simply live their entire life in peace. Whereas another person's dream might be a big dream to make a lot of positive impact in the world. There's no judgment as to the type or caliber of your dream. It is to simply allow it to be present without judgment, without limitation. Just imagine that in this creative box, you begin to place into it all of what you would love to create, manifest, build, grow, accomplish in your life. All of your dreams. Scan through your life. What is calling you? What would be the most amazing, ideal life for you? What would that look like? Would it be around your health? Would it be around finances? Would it be relationship? Would it be community? Would it be where you live? Would it be some type of impact you have? What is it? What is it that you came here to do? What is your purpose? How are you being called to be in your life? And anytime you have an idea, just place it in the box. What is it you want to accomplish? What is it you want to manifest? What is it you want? And sometimes we aren't sure. We're in a place of questioning what is possible. So just be present with what your reality is, what your truth is, how you're feeling. And maybe your dreams are a little bit more vague. Maybe it is about a feeling. I want to feel good. I want to feel happy. I want to feel a sense of freedom. I want to live my life limitlessly. I want to feel courageous. I want to feel loved. What is it you want for your life? Whatever it is, just keep taking it and placing it in that box. And as you continue to empty out all of your wants and desires into this box, getting out the last few remnants of what is present within your experience, when you're done, imagine that you set this box aside for a moment. Now come into the center of your heart and imagine that you can feel a vibration from within you, your own heartbeat, your own vibrational signature, your own blueprint, creating a frequency. When you feel into all that you placed in the box, all of your wants and desires, why is it you wanted those? Why is it you want those? Are they coming from things that you feel you don't have? What is the feeling within you? What is it that you're wanting to feel? If you want to feel loved, can you get into the frequency of feeling loved? Can you, in this moment, apply love to and for yourself? If it's freedom, can you imagine what it would feel like to be free, to live limitlessly? Just imagine. And if you are having a hard time imagining, then ask, what would it feel like to be loved? What would it feel like to be limitless? What is possible for my life? How am I being called to serve How am I being called to live, to be? What is my greatest gift that I am here to share, to express? And as these contemplations float before, through, and around you, just allow them to be without attempting to answer any of the questions. Simply allow yourself to feel into the vibration, the frequency that is your own unique blueprint, your soul song, your creative gift. And if you feel it and know it, expand it. If you feel it and don't know it, just sit present in the feeling. And if you don't feel it, if it's beneath your cognitive awareness, beneath your current ability to know, then feel into the sense of trust, trusting that it is emerging from within you, that you are learning about yourself, you are learning who you are and what your gift is. Staying present regardless of what surfaces and comes up, just allowing yourself to be aware of what surfaces, what melts away, of what is present, of how you're feeling. There may be visuals or thoughts or sounds or imaginations or sensations that are surfacing. Just tune in to what is present. And if nothing is present, just allow yourself to be still in the space between, being okay with not knowing. All creation happens from the void. The more open to learn you are, you will allow all of your dreams and visions to surface effortlessly, without judgment, without doubt or fear. And now see before you a blank page. And look onto that blank page. Imagine that you can see this crystal white light page before you, glistening. And on this page, whatever you write, you manifest. The idea is to write on this page in a positive present tense affirmation as though it has already happened, and to write out your goals, your dreams, your visions. And feel yourself breathe in and out. And this time, breathe in. Imagine you're breathing in your dream vision into your heart. Hold that dream vision with clarity in the center of your heart, activating that energy. And when you exhale, breathe out onto the piece of paper, your dream vision. and see images, words, colors begin to appear on that blank page. Again, breathe in with clarity your dream vision. And as you breathe out the dream vision onto the paper, and it's like a magic piece of paper. As you breathe your breath onto that page, it illuminates your creation, your vision, your dreams. What is possible? It's a life beyond your wildest dreams. One more time, breathe in and exhale your dream vision. And now take the box that you were given, that you placed all that you wanted into that box. So it was recently shared with me that what we want, what we need, we will never have, because as soon as we have it, we will no longer want or need it. So imagine now that you take all of those wants that you placed into the box and you imagine reabsorbing them, taking them in and bringing them into your reality, into your body, into your energy, and imagining now that you have them. One by one, reabsorbing all of those wants, goals, dreams, and placing them into your field, into your energy, into your body. Just for this one moment, imagine what it would feel like to right now, just like that, have all that you wanted. What is the feeling you would have? Allow yourself to feel that feeling. Hold that feeling in the center of your heart. Expand that feeling from the heart through the central channel of the body, grounding it into the earth and sending it up through the crown of the head. Feeling that feeling move through all the cells of your body, through the subsurface of your skin, beyond, radiating and expanding out all around you, creating a luminous field, being surrounded from that feeling emerging from within you, encompassing your entire field through all timelines and dimensions. There is a version of you that is all that you dream. It's just a matter of getting into alignment with that version of you that is accomplished, that is all that you dream, all that you vision. In this moment, now, you are that version of yourself. And from here, maintaining that feeling, very gently hold that feeling within you and start to make your way from the meditation to your journal, your whatever it is you're writing on. And the first writing prompt is, what do you want to accomplish in your life? continue to remain present in the version of yourself that has already accomplished all that you imagine. And take your time to write here for a few moments, just letting it flow. So begin to bring that writing prompt to a close. You can always add more to it The idea here is to engage in this practice for the next 10 days. So beginning here, you may get to a point where you're ready to bring these into goals, but tonight may just be getting everything out onto paper, and I'll explain more of the process here in a moment. But while we're still present in that embodied, actualized version of ourself that has accomplished all that we wish and desire in our life, let's flow into the next writing prompt, which is similar to the first one, but it is a different writing prompt. And this is, what is your dream? So when you write this, you can begin as I talk to write out what is your dream, and feel into what is your dream and just put it out, and then look at it and ask and check in with 2 points here. One, is this your small dream, or is this your big dream? So sometimes we write a really big, expansive dream that's really difficult to break down, reverse engineer, and find the steps to create. Sometimes we write a safe, small dream that keeps us in a comfortable place. There's nothing wrong with that. The big dream, if we're writing that, when we get to goals, you want to break the big dream down into smaller steps. The small dream, you want to check in and ask if that is truly what you're being called to create, or if there is a bigger way you're being asked to serve. So as you allow this to first flow, the first step is just to write. And then the second is to look at it and see which dream it is you wrote, the small dream or the big dream. If it's the small dream, see if there's a bigger element, a next process, a next evolution, a next step with it that is beyond where you are. If it's the big dream, then break it down into smaller steps. So begin to bring this writing prompt to a close. And now look at that writing prompt. And as I mentioned, identify if this is your big dream or if this is your smaller dream. You'll know which it is. The big dream is the one that is a little bit like, how would I even do that? Right? It's like I call it the Mount Everest of projects. It's the one that is, like I mentioned earlier, so far beyond where you currently are, you don't see the way. And it almost feels overwhelming, might be a little bit scary. The little dream is the one where you can literally see the steps. You can say, hey, that's actually doable. It might stretch me a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I can at least see myself there. Might not be easy, but I can see myself there. So if this is your small dream, you may or may not know what the bigger dream is. The question to ask yourself over the next 10 days is, so once you achieve this dream, this set of goals, what more? What's the next step? What is the bigger version of it? And allow that to start to come to you. I had this moment at a point where I was visioning for myself and dreaming, and I started to question, is this it? There's something more, right? Am I thinking too small? Like, it seemed like a big dream, but it occurred to me that I was limiting myself in what I was allowing to be possible for my life. So hopefully that makes sense. If this is your big dream, then your steps are to start to reverse engineer it and pull it back a little bit to see that's the end goal. What would happen before that, before that, before that, and pull it down into a series of smaller steps or smaller dream visions. That would be your process over the next 10 days. The other thing to do here is, in both of these prompts, I mentioned to write out what you want to accomplish in your life and what is your dream. We talked about how to look at whether it's a small or a big dream, but it's also to read over this again, maybe after this workshop or in the next couple of days. It's to read over what you wrote and look at the writing, how you worded it. I want, I vision, I am, intending, I am hoping for. So you want to start to restructure what you wrote. You'll write it every day for the next 10 days. You're going to work on this. So crafting the words, recrafting the words, writing them in a way that is positive, as though it's already happened, including the feeling. So an example would be, it feels so good to be sitting on my land, to be hearing the birds around me, to be eating the food from the garden that me and the community grew. So that's speaking in a way where it's got feeling and emotion connected to it, and in a way as though it's already happened. So you're imagining that you can feel the effects of having already received what it is that you're intending to bring forward. That's one way. So you want to look through your writing and see if there's any areas first where it's not positive writing. I hope to, or anywhere where you're saying I want to avoid. You want to turn that into, rather than what you don't want, you want to look at what you want and rewrite this in a way that is more clear. So also any areas where it's not clear. You might be describing something around it, but not being specific. So, specific is, I want or I intend to build or grow a garden that I can eat, vegetables and fruit from on a daily basis. Non-specific is talking around that. I'm wanting to avoid foods that they're not organic, that I'm buying in the grocery store, that, it'd be nice to, be able to, and just kind of that kind of language. So there's the specific of very directly what it is that you're intending. And it's okay to say, I want it. So sometimes we start with saying, I want to have a garden. And then the next step is to say, I intend to have a garden. And it's going to be like, I'm making a garden, I'm building a garden. And then it's to say, wow, it feels so good to have created and built and nurtured and grew this garden. And it's so amazing to be tasting the flavors and the textures of the vegetables and the fruit that I grew with my own hands. So that would be the process you want to work through over the next 10 days. Hopefully that makes sense. So the challenge here is to take this and work on it. You're in a portal for the next 10 days. You're in an activation portal, a dream vision activation portal. You've started the process, and now it is to every day work on rewriting and writing and getting onto paper what it is that you hope and intend for your life. This can be the next 100 years of your life. If you want to vision beyond this life into other lifetimes, it can be for the next lifetimes. So whatever it is that you intend, want to create, want to build, want to co-create, then this is your 10-day window. This is the writing challenge to activate your dreams, to call in the support you need to build what it is that you want to create. It's possible to do this. You can do this. And this is that time. No matter how monumental or how easily accomplished your dream or goal is, just know that you're in a period of time where you can do this. Whether you believe it or not, trust it, trust yourself, test it, see what happens. Like I said, when I originally wrote down those goals for myself, it started just like this. I had a vague vision. I had no idea what I was even talking about at the time. It was a vague vision. I had no idea that it was even possible, but I was just writing it out. Then that condensed into a series of goals listed 1, 2, 3, there was maybe like 15 of them. And that was tucked away. So here's the thing. Spend over the next 10 days writing and rewriting what you want to accomplish in your life. What is your dream, your small dream and your big dream? Do the work every day to show up, restructure, reframe the writing, condense it, get more clear, simplify it. Take the small dream, work it all the way to the big, take the big dream, reverse engineer it to the small, and just keep every day working little by little on this until on the 10th day, you have a series of goals. Direct, clear, straightforward, simple, SMART goals, specific, measurable goals that are stated in the present tense as though they have already manifested, including the feeling that you have from having manifested these goals. Then take them, put them into an envelope, seal the envelope, and date it. Stick it away in your journal, or somewhere that in a period of time, you'll magically find them or be redirected to them. There's probably a few ways to go about this creatively. I guess one would be pick a date in your phone that is X number of time in the future. You could say years. I don't know how far in advance with a calendar in your phone you can go, but you could select a several year date where you put it in there and it calls you forward to go return to that envelope. The point is, once you put it in the envelope and you stick it away, just let it go. Just let it go. See what you're called to do. You've got to tune in at that point because you want to make sure that you are feeling in and going to where you're being directed in life. So once I put those goals away, my life was taken on a journey at that point. You know, I was inspired to go, you know, make art, to go do my dancing, to build choreographies, to create all that I was doing. And I followed this path and this journey until I had reached a level of success and had, you know, finished all of them, the school, the types of shows, the traveling, just all of the goals that I had put on there. I had accomplished all of them without ever even thinking about the specific goal. So you don't want to put it away and forget about it and just keep doing what you're doing and ignoring your calling, ignoring where you're being directed. You want to allow yourself to go on that journey. So hopefully that makes sense. It is to forget about them, but not to forget about them in a way that you know, find yourself in however many years you set forward and then having yourself be at the same place and think, oh, I never put any energy towards those goals. So it's an interesting process, but hopefully that makes sense about listening into where you're being called and really allowing yourself to move forward. Now, with this, the last thing that I want to say is there may be some goals that are more immediate steps that you want to take that are going to move you in the direction of getting to the bigger goals. So the bigger goals are the ones that you might forget about. Because they happen, you know, they take more time to create, right? There are bigger goals too that we're gonna remember. Like some of the bigger goals that I'm working on now are really hard to forget about. Like they've been present with me for a long time and I'm trying to forget about them, but ultimately I can't forget about them. They're really present for me in my world right now. So the more immediate steps, the things that you can take within the next, you know, few weeks to months, those ones are going to be important to take action on. And those you can think of are like the building blocks. They are the ones that put you on the path. So maybe you've been wandering around. Maybe you've gotten to a point where you see several different directions in your life and you're questioning which direction to go upon. Whatever goals you set as the immediate next step goals are the ones that are going to take you down the path, that are going to allow you to go on this journey to where one day you realize you've accomplished all that you set out to do. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. In the event that you want some guidance on this, then you're welcome to reach out to me as a coach. I work with people in supporting them in finding their dream visions, whether they know what those are or they're on a path of discovery in finding what their calling is. This is one way that I support people, is in helping them navigate that. Or sometimes they know what their dream is, what their calling is, and it's so big that it takes some support to break it down and get to a point where you can reverse engineer it and see the steps. So if you want support, then I will include with this video information on how to get in contact with me. One way is through my website at Luminous Life Journey, or through social media as Sequoia Raven Moon or Luminous Life Journey through any of the social media sites. But I will also include information here about how to get in touch with me if you want support in creating your SMART goals, or in identifying the steps, in rewording your dream and what you want to accomplish. However, I also encourage you to go forward as you have everything you need to do this yourself. You don't have to, you can have support, but I do trust and believe that you have everything within you to create this within your own reality, given all the tools that you have present right now. Excellent. So thank you for joining me, and remember to let your dreams be your wings. Excellent. Enjoy the next 10 days of activating your dream vision portal. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful evening, day, whenever you happen to be watching this. Infinite blessings. Thank you.